event of the evening. And with us here this evening is Michael Baker, all the way from London, representing the ICB, as this match will be officially sanctioned by the ICB, the only crossover boxing sanctioning body. And it will be for not one, but two championships. It will be for the Influencer Fight League Super Welterweight Championship, as well as the ICB North American Super Welterweight Championship. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, coming to us from Montebello, California, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing 147 pounds. He is the Mexican Stallion, Marcus Portillo. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, coming from Sacramento, California, and fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall. He weighs 147 pounds. He is King Albert Ochoa.
The stage has been set. This fight is sanctioned by the ICB. We're going to have a lot of people going home after losing their voice.
All right, listen up, fellas.
With the energy they
You guys
have
know
shown.
this is the main
throughout
event.
evening.
This is the main event. Let's give the crowd what they came here for today. A good, clean fight. You understand me? Keep your hands up. Protect yourself all time. Obey my command. You understand me? All right, touch it up and return to your corner.
It is now time. Ochoa in the dazzling red and white trunks. And Portillo in the more standard white. Round one underway. 2 titles on the line. Official having to separate these fighters early. Oh, wait a minute. This is quickly becoming a brawl. As Portillo just charging in. And you see Ochoa not knowing what to do. Jack, that is, you know, we knew that Ochoa was obviously the more trained boxer, but Portillo is not going to win this fight with these kind of tactics.
Look, things got a little heated at the weigh-in. These guys don't like each other. There was trash talk. Yes, it's for a title. Yes, it's competition. But at the end of the day, these guys hate each other, and they want to beat the crap out of each other.
Sure, not liking someone is one thing. When it comes down to it, though, Portillo has to be a sportsman. He has to be a boxer if he wants to win this fight.
Yeah, you're not going to get away with just wild punches against someone like Ochoa. Again, championships are on the line here, and it's easier said than done, but you got to put that hate to the side. You got to come in with a game plan, and we got to see if Portillo can actually outbox Ochoa.
You see Portillo with a cocky attitude as Ochoa kind of choosing his moment. Peppering Portillo just a little bit, being the more patient of the two fighters, also the height advantage.
Yeah, we've seen a lot tonight. It seems that fortune has favored the patient tonight.
Yes.
Very rarely has the person that's come out swinging lasted the distance.
With the exception of the Razor Ruiz. He was more aggressive in that fight, and he got the shot in on Rico Gaines, knocked him out. But otherwise, you are correct there.
Yeah, well, I think the difference there is Ruiz, Golden Glove boxer, big history. I think Portillo
This is one of his first go-rounds here. This is new to him. I don't think he's going to have that kind of luck.
As we approach the end of the first round, and Jack, this is a difficult one to call. Portillo was the aggressor, but if we're going on technique alone, probably have to give it to Ochoa.
Yeah, this is right now. Portillo looks like he's trying to get by on athleticism, and look, he has that in spades. He has the athleticism. But as we were saying earlier, Ochoa, the smarter fighter, and I think as this match goes on, it's longer than some of our other matches, you're going to see those dividends, and I think Ochoa is going to really take advantage of that.
Right now you see Portillo, he's fighting on emotion and animosity towards Ochoa. What you see out of Ochoa is he's kind of measuring Portillo up. He's studying Portillo. He's trying to find his weaknesses. It would not surprise me if we see Ochoa make a big charge in the second round.
Yeah, I have a feeling he's going to start getting some momentum in this round, and we're going to see it continue to pick up. But again, not to count Portillo short. Very physical, very tough, athletic, been athletic his whole life. But of course, boxing in the ring with people around you cheering, it's different.
Now time for round 2, and we're off to a fast start. Portillo now charging in once again.
And you see a little bit of shuffling around as they hold on to each other. Oh, Portillo making the people believers.
You see Portillo punching down. You cannot do that.
No, unfortunately, that's one of the issues you get when you have someone who's newer to boxing.
Well, that should not go down as a knockdown. I think Portillo got him in the back of the head.
Yeah, anyone who's watching that doesn't follow boxing a lot, that is not a legal hit. You're not allowed to hit him from behind like that. So some people who are watching who may see a scorecard later may be confused why if Ochoa went down, but that's the reason why.
That should certainly not count as a takedown. Number one, they were already tied up. You saw Portillo punching down, got a rabbit punch in the back of the head. If anything, Ochoa is trying to fight a boxer's fight. But like we mentioned earlier with Odell, it's very difficult. And you see Portillo begging Ochoa to hit him, which he did.
And that's what's going to happen. Look, if you ask a boxer to punch you, you're going to get punched. That's shouldn't be a surprise to Portillo. I think Portillo's doing a little posturing, but he looks like he's not quite as energetic as he was earlier on, and this might have been Ochoa's game plan from the beginning.
Oh, that should be a penalty. Absolutely.
This crowd that was very, very pro-Portillo at the start of the match, I think is starting to not be as excited about some of the things he's doing in the ring right now.
Well, by the end of this fight, we're going to see if Los Angeles turns on him. As we approach the final seconds of round 2, it's certainly been exciting and eventful, if not chaotic.
And again, this is for the opportunity to win 2 championships, It's
oh my!
What is...
This fight, it's difficult to say in a main event. This fight needs to settle down a little bit because, like you mentioned, there are 2 titles that are up for grabs.
Yes, and whoever wins this will be the first ever historic champion in both of these championships. And of course, ICB, the only crossover boxing sanctioned body. So this is a big deal to win this championship, as well as being the first ever Influencer Fight League champion. That's something that you're going to be able to hang your hat on for the rest of your career.
No question, and based on rules alone, you got to say Ochoa clearly had those first 2 rounds. Am I incorrect in what I'm viewing?
Yeah, no, I think if you're looking at who was the better boxer, yeah, Ochoa was the guy. But I look back to the matches earlier with Odell and wonder what are the judges thinking. They're clearly looking at things maybe a different way than we are, because that was a draw, and I think we would have called it different.
I disagree with that draw, but yeah, you see Ochoa though, laser focused, maintaining his composure. Now, Portillo is certainly the fiery of the 2.
Now, if you're Ochoa, you clearly have your game plan. You're looking like the better boxer, technically speaking. But I kind of get the feeling Ochoa's waiting for Portillo to gas out. He doesn't look like he's gassing out.
Ooh. Went for the haymaker there, came up empty. And once again, a punch to the back of the head.
Again, that's...
I mean, at this point, Ochoa is ticked off. There's no other way to say it.
Yes, I think Ochoa knows that he keeps getting hit with some cheap shots. And it's frustrating to continue to get hit like that, but not being able to reciprocate with the same kind of offense. But it's the smarter thing to do, as hard as it must be emotionally.
You see Ochoa almost baiting him for another rabbit punch, knowing that that's going to go against Portillo.
Playing to the judges, again, that's something that Ochoa, because he has that experience, has really helped him.
I mean, you can see both fighters do have technical deficiencies, no question. But Ochoa is certainly trying to fight the more traditional fight.
Yeah, I think it's the little things. It's the in-between things that Ochoa is doing very well. Like you said, almost begging to get hit from behind. Kind of leaning on Portillo whenever he's above him. Doing a lot of little things, I think, to get an advantage. It may not look flashy, it may not be stuff that gets highlight reels, but the crowd is solidly behind Marcus, the Mexican Stallion.
I mean, once again, you cannot do that. And the round 3 has come to an end. But Portillo just put Ochoa in a headlock and gave him an uppercut. I mean, that's got to be a massive penalty.
I mean, this is 2 matches now where we've seen some pretty flagrant breaking of the rules.
Yeah.
You don't want to see DQs, you don't want to see matches thrown out, but you also don't want to see them not end the way they're supposed to. Oh man, we're saying all this stuff about Marcus and the way he's fighting. You couldn't tell this crowd that apparently. This crowd sounds 80% behind Marcus, whether he's taking those cheap shots or not.
Sure, but it's not a great way to be invited back to IFL if you're not going to listen to the referee and basically fight the way boxing should be fought. And I don't think I'm being unfair to how Portillo is trying to attack Ochoa.
Yeah, Portillo definitely playing the role of the villain here as they get into the next round.
Round 4 is underway.
But I'm very impressed by Ochoa. As difficult as this must be for him to be in this match and to deal with the stuff that's happening, still seems very patient, still seems like he's sticking to his guns and what he wants to do, not getting caught up in things.
Well, based on points being taken away, you have to believe Ochoa, this is his fight at this point.
Yeah, I think Ochoa is thinking if I can just survive, I'm going to win.
Oh my, this is...
There we go.
Well, you can see Ochoa is becoming concerned because Portillo's out of control.
Yeah, he's got to be careful. Again, if Portillo hits one of these wild haymakers and knocks him out, then all the points don't matter. Everything that's happened doesn't matter. If this hasn't been disqualified yet, then it counts. It's fair game still until it gets to the judges.
Approaching halfway of round 4.
And Ochoa, you can see light on his feet, still bouncing around. Definitely get the feeling that this is that he's trying to survive and just trying to outlast Portillo.
At the same time, Ochoa has not landed a lot of heavy shots. It's really been more him on the defensive, him being more technical, him being more consistent. So I don't know, if you're the judges, how this is going to go, especially based on the previous draw that we had.
Yeah, the draw is the wild card from earlier tonight. I think, not to keep talking about that fight, but I think we would have called that solidly another way if the judges are seeing things differently.
Now, granted, Portillo's not doing anything as crazy as Sully O'Dell did. But, I stand corrected. My God.
But that's the thing you're worried about seeing in a match like this. If he was to get hurt, if something was to happen.
Here's the thing. This is not a street fight. This is a boxing match.
Yes.
I mean, I believe that happened right at the end of round 4. And, Jack, I guess we're going to get a decision. Or not. Chaos on all sides right now. as this fight has gone the distance in insane fashion. I gotta tell you folks, I've called a lot of events in my day. MMA pay-per-views, boxing pay-per-views, professional wrestling on a global scale, and I have never quite seen anything like this. But it has been a truly special night. You can see the SAS studios completely jam-packed. The question is, who is going home with the 2 titles? Surprising sign of sportsmanship there. And you can hear the majority of this crowd still firmly behind Marcus Portillo. As we await the decision of this 4-round fight, one of these 2 fighters is about to become the ICB North American Super Welterweight Champion and the Influencer Fight League Super Welterweight Champion. This was the debut of Marcus Portillo, and Ochoa came in with a record of 2-0. Major moment here for one of these 2 men. As it appears, the decision is in.
Straight.
Portillo on the left, Ochoa on the right. This fight was certainly physical, it was certainly personal, and it did not disappoint as far as excitement.
Your winner and new ICB North American Super Welterweight Champion and IFL Super Welterweight Champion by split decision, the red corner, King Albert Ochoa!